Oh, this is the week many of us have been waiting for. I know I certainly have. Behind me this Monday evening, we've got a beautiful sunset, very tropical atmosphere out there. You can see the storms for miles. We've had a few storms flare up here and there, but I think our stronger storms will come overnight tonight. But we really want to talk more about what's happening later this week. We've got the water vapor satellite here. What you're seeing is this area of bright orange. This is the wave coming in behind the front. Ahead of it, storms are moving differently. Notice that. They're moving east-northeast this evening. There's this giant upper level low swinging through the Great Lakes, and temperatures underneath that are in the 60s, and they'll probably be in the 40s later this week under that as it moves off to the east. So overall, what we're going to see is a big change in the weather, a change for the better. We've got two things going on here. We've got an old boundary kind of lighting up right across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, and then we've got the actual cold front back here. This is moving southeast. This is pretty much moving east. But there's not enough wind shear on it right now, at least early this evening, to cause any really big development. We've had one severe thunderstorm warning, and it's faded away, mainly a hail producer. But as we go on into the rest of the night, here comes the thunderstorm action that kind of heats back up, so to speak. These will be strong. Look, it's still 84 degrees, almost at 11 o'clock. The heat index is still going to be in the low 90s. So these will be powerful storms as they move through tonight. But we're not expecting widespread severe weather, I'll put it that way. Some isolated damaging winds are going to be possible. These are going to be noisy with very heavy rain as well. So as we get beyond tomorrow morning, we kind of focus on nicer weather coming in. This is going to be so nice. A lot of you golfers, get ready for this. If just working out in the yard is going to be pleasant. This is what's been happening all summer long, and I've talked about this a few times. We're on the outer edge of this area of high pressure. Storms fire up to the north and dive to the southeast. And when that happens, it's hard to predict, number one. The severity is hard to predict as well, but they develop that momentum and keep dropping southeast. This is not a typical summer weather pattern, but it's gone. It's going to be gone as of tomorrow. This area of high pressure pretty much backs off down to the south. Another area of high pressure actually is going to come in from the west. Here's a look at what's happening later this week. This will take us roughly to Friday. Friday's when the high pressure area starts to build. It will get hotter, but the humidity won't be as bad. This is going to be a dry heat. This area of high pressure is going to compress the air, and we're likely going to see low to mid 90s this upcoming weekend with very little in the way of showers and thunderstorms. Here are the dew points. Look how they drop tomorrow afternoon. And our dew points have been close to 80 degrees the last 3 days, and that's just uncomfortable. This is comfortable here, 2:30. This is Tuesday afternoon. It gets better as we get into Tuesday night. These dew points drop into the 50s in southern Middle Tennessee. Some of that might make it in here too. And as we continue on into Wednesday morning, dew points in the 50s. And you're going to be able to walk outside. This is going to be really, really refreshing. So I'm looking forward to this. Your evening hours are going to be very comfortable. Beginning tomorrow evening, Tuesday, Wednesday evening look great. And then the humidity starts to come back as we get later into Wednesday afternoon, but overall still not too bad. Another slight cool down coming. So here's the upper level wind pattern. This is what we call 500 MB, that's millibars. So what you notice here is a trough in the east. Trough is cooler weather. So that'll be nice. And it gets hot out west. So as we go through the rest of the week, notice how the trough kind of sits here, and there's another one up here, little shortwave trough near Minneapolis. That probably won't impact us because this big area of high pressure here, yeah, that'll swing through. That may reinforce for one night the cooler air, but it's this big area of high pressure that's coming east. So as that comes east, as we approach Friday, that's when we start getting hotter again. But what this is going to do is, remember that ring of fire? Here it is. All the thunderstorms go up and around this, at least the big complexes will go up and around us. And as we get into Sunday, this continues to build. Notice how we add another layer here with this high pressure. It's kind of centered right here. So this is going to completely block organized strong to severe thunderstorms. So we're going to see if we see any storms under this area high pressure. It will be considered a dirty high, they call it. And basically, when you get storms underneath that, the air quality may go down a bit underneath this, but we won't have to deal with the wildfire smoke because notice the winds are going to carry that. The Canadian wildfire smoke is going to go into the northeast if they're still seeing issues up there. And then as we continue on into a week from today, high pressure really in control. It looks like a trough beginning to develop out west, so we may have what's called an omega block. You see, let me redraw that. So basically, the upper level wind pattern forms what's called an omega block, and that really keeps us. So we're going to get a very dry period, I should say, of weather here across much of the southeast. So this is going to be nice. So again, back to that beautiful sunset there. This is out of Muscle Shoals in northwest Alabama. But pretty much just want to talk about that. Again, storms coming in overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning. They're going to be noisy. Might get a few isolated severe thunderstorm warnings. Primary impact would be isolated damaging winds, and initially we could get some larger hail. But again, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you again next time.